Hey, welcome back, America, to your Caribou Data Science channel. Today is Sunday, June the 13th, 2021. So that means special treat for you folks, for my fellow Americans today. You get you get three for reports. That's right, you get three reports today for the price of one. In addition to the daily COVID-19 analysis, you also receive a weekly COVID-19 vaccine rollout report, and the third report you get to take we get to take and use what's called the auto-arima function to try to predict COVID-19 cases and deaths. Alrighty, so let's get on with the show. Let's start with the smooth curve. Actually, okay, let's take a look. So, like I said, we're using a model called which is called the ARIMA model. Okay, okay. And as someone once famously said, all models are wrong, but some are useful. I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not this report is useful or not. Okay. So this ARIMA forecast cases, the basic ARIMA function. So this here is the time series data. You can see cases started to fall here. Okay. Now here's our first prediction. This is the regular ARIMA function here. Okay, with the 30-day prediction. So this is 30 days here. All right. So what you can see is here. It's calling for basically a flattening of the cases. Okay, but you can see here the cases are declining. They're saying that the cases are going to start to level off with some volatility, but they're still going to level off. Here's some summary statistics I don't understand. Okay. Um, Now this is the time series plot for deaths. You can see we do have a declining pattern here in deaths. Now you can see here's the 30-day prediction for COVID-19 deaths for the U.S. It does appear to be a little bit of a decline here. Okay, but not really a significant decline. It's still showing a, well, I don't know. To me, it almost seems to be leveling off a little bit. What about ARIMA function? This is using the auto ARIMA function to forecast. We basically got the same answer here as we did above. Okay, still a little bit of a decline in deaths. Okay, so that concludes the first report. Now let's come over here and let's take a look at our COVID-19 vaccine rollout report for the U.S. Like I said, I'm not really sure how useful the ARIMA predictions are, but you have them anyway. Okay, so what do you got? So far, 308 million doses have been administered. So far, 172.27 million people have received one dose, and 143 million and change has received the full dosage. So far, 52% have received one shot, one dosage, and 43% have received the full dosage, apparently. Okay, so this is all good news. Some people say 50% on the second percent. Some people say 50% of total vaccination. 50% of pop had to be fully vaccinated before you really start seeing a decline. So we're at 40, but now let's come back over here for your final report of the day. And let's take a look at the actual numbers, see if we can see any type of decline, trending downward trend in your numbers today. So you can see that currently America has had 33.5 million cases, 509,664 deaths. But here's the good news. We have a continuing declining pattern in cases. The number of cases for 6/12 was 8,207. For the 7-day period ending 6/5, we were averaging 1,459. Oops. Okay. For the 7-day period ending 6/3, we were averaging 14,972 cases. Now we can look over here again and take a quick look. On 6/12, there was 279 deaths reported. For the 7-day period ending June 4th, we averaged 2,143 cases. Well, that can't be right. I'm sorry. For the 7-day period ending 6/4, we were averaging 3,900. We were averaging 398 deaths per day for the 7-day period ending June the 4th. And that's the good news, my friends. Okay, and that good news is confirmed by the weekly total. This long declining pattern as far as weekly totals in the U.S. Okay, and this long declining pattern for weekly deaths in the U.S. cases. Okay, last month's cases were the lowest number of cases since all the way over here in July of 2020. Okay, deaths, the lowest number of deaths. June had the lowest, or May had the lowest number of deaths again since July of 2020. So that's fantastic news. What this tells us the number of COVID-19 cases per 100,000 people in the U.S. Well, you can see this is 25, so this is 12 and a half. So right now, say for every 100,000 people in the U.S., 10 of them have COVID-19. What about deaths? Well, again, this is one half of death, so this is a quarter of a death. Okay, so we could say in the U.S., for every 100,000 people, 1/4 of a person is dying from COVID-19, which to me is good news. The fact that we're seeing all those numbers are showing a declining pattern is the best news for today, and it is very good news. Okay, it means the efforts that we as American citizens are making is having a positive effect on the COVID-19 virus. Thanks so much for your time today, America. Hey, before I let you go, a quick favor. Don't forget to click on that share button. Share this report on your Facebook and your Twitter account today. Thanks so much, America. We'll catch you tomorrow with an updated report.